Yes. Good evening to you all. This is Emmanuel Kadri of Emostel Academy and Emostel Skills and Development Limited. And it's good to have all of you here tonight in this class. And I just believe that you are going to have another exciting experience of the class today. All right, today in Python, we are going to be treating dictionaries. There's something we call dictionary in Python. So dictionary in Python, as we know it, is not like dictionary in English. Dictionary in Python is more like a total description of an object, like more like a total description of an object. You as an object, for instance, you have a name, you have a height, you have some other features that can describe you as a person. So in Python makes it easy for us to have a complete description of you in form of dictionary. So I could have something like this. Hold on. Let me clear off this code. Okay. So okay, dictionary in Python. Okay. Before we go into it big time, before you go into the dictionary big time, let's please take note of the following. Number one, um, dictionaries are kept in braces. You keep dictionary in braces. What I mean by braces, I mean something like this. Okay, that's where you keep dictionary. Okay, and the elements in it are separated by comma, or let me just put this one on another line. Okay, so we have this. The elements of a dictionary are separated by comma. Okay, and then another fact you should know about dictionary is that each dictionary element comes in a key. We call it key value pair. Each dictionary element comes in a key value pair. Well, I'm going to explain all of this. Just take note. Dictionaries are kept in braces. Take note that the elements in a dictionary are separated by comma. You should also understand that dictionary element comes in a key value pair. All right. So well, those are the three important features about it. Other things other stuffs about dictionary, you'll discover them along the line of the topic. Okay, but then how do we create a dictionary? How does it look like for real? Okay, I can have a dictionary and call it my car. I can say my car. My car is equal to, then you open the brackets, you open the brace. Okay, you can put the name of the car. Okay, let's say the name of the car is Toyota. Now, as you can see, that this is not a variable and it should not be taken as a variable. It is only a key. All right. The first one is called a key. The second one is called a value, which means that the key called name has the value called Toyota. Okay. So that is what it means. You put comma. Okay. And then you can say brand. Okay. So what brand is that? Toyota. You can say Toyota Yaris. Keep it in quotes as usual because you are dealing with strings. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, um, strings or words are kept inside quotes. But when you do not keep them inside quotes, Python will assume them to be variables. Variables are storage, like they are stuffs that can store values. So which means that all of these things that I'm doing here, everything is stored inside the memory of Python as my car. So all of them like this go into this variable called my car, so that at any time I initiate the variable or I instantiate the variable, okay, then Python begins to see the stuff that are inside. Okay, so it's just like in mathematics where you say x is equal to 5. You know, the moment you declare x as 5, anytime you see x, okay, you know that it is 5. That is still the same thing here. Okay, so when you see my car, you know that it is just all these things that are inside. All right, we move. So we have the first element, which happens to be a key and a value. Okay, we have the second element of this dictionary, which is also another key and value. All right, so we can have other keys like maybe the color of the car. The color of the car can be white. And what other features again about cars? Okay, let's just keep it this way. All right, we'll add other features using our magic. Now, as you have this, then you have been able to create a dictionary successfully. So having this, you have been able to create a Python dictionary. Okay, now you have the Python dictionary. What are the stuffs that you can do, or what are the kind of operation that can be done with a dictionary? Okay, another very important thing that I must not even exclude in the special keynotes is the fact that the keys cannot be, okay, the keys, let me say the keys must be unique. The keys in Python, in a Python dictionary, must be unique, which means that you cannot have more than one key. If this is a key called name, this is another key called brand, and this is another key called color, then I must not have this, I have another key that has any of these three keys I've just mentioned, or that that is the same thing as it. I cannot have it in Python in this specific dictionary. So if I make an attempt to create another one, let me say I say name again. I say name again, and I say probably like Emmanuel. Name again Emmanuel. And let me say I want to display the content of that dictionary, and I say print my car, that is display the content of the dictionary called my car. That's the meaning of print my car. So if I try to do that, let's see. All right, so as you can see, we have name as a key, Emmanuel as value, brand as a key, Yaris as value, color as a key, and white as value. It is very deliberate because Python keys must be unique. So as far as Python is concerned, we can only have one name as a key. You cannot have another name as a key. You understand? So that's another feature that must be really noted as per Python dictionaries. Okay. All right. Just like list, for those of you who attended the class on list, you can always use the values of a dictionary to do different things that you want. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. All right, good. I just did that example to establish a point, okay? So now, just as you could do different stuffs with the values in a list, you can also do different stuff with the values in a dictionary. All right, I can decide to play around it, but the difference between a dictionary and a list in terms of when you want to call their values is that as for lists, if you want to call the values of a list, you make reference to their index. So you use the index to call it. For instance, assuming this my car is was a list rather, okay, you would have just said my car. I just said my car. You open this, then you put whatever you want to put inside, and then it will reach out to the value, and then you make use of the value. But you cannot really do that. You cannot do that with this dictionary. But for dictionary, instead of making use of the index, rather you make use of the keys. Okay, which means if I need to call this value Toyota, if I need this value Toyota in my code, all I need to do is to write the name of the dictionary that it belongs, which is my car, and then you open a square bracket and then put the key that you are trying to refer, the key of the value that you are trying to refer to. You put it inside that value, that bracket. Okay, and then you can print it, because you can do anything you like with it. Let's say you want to display it. I want to display the value that is inside this. So if I run it, it gives me the result as Toyota, which means that the value that is appended to this key called name, the value is Toyota, and that's why you have it here. So if I say print my car name, what I'm just trying to tell Python is that display the contents of the dictionary called my car, whose value, or let me say whose key is name. You understand? So let me put it in the comments. It means to display the contents of the dictionary called my car. Display the content of the dictionary called my car, and then what do you do with it? That has display the content of the dictionary called my car that has the key, called name. So remember that the key is this one at first, while the value is the one that follows. Okay, so display the content of the dictionary called my car that has the key called name. That is what you just told Python to do with this command on line number 9. Do you understand? So if you say, I can also use these values for other stuff, like, okay, let me say in another print statement, and I say I want to display something and say my name is Emmanuel. My car brand is, let me attempt to use the F string. My car brand is you say my car, and then you put the stuff there. My car name, okay, brand, and then you have this. Sorry, it's going to be like this. Okay, good. And so my name is Emmanuel, my car brand is this. And you can say, and its color is, then you put my car. Let me make it simple, okay? Don't worry. I'm just trying to tell you that you can use it in different ways. The same thing you could have used a regular variable to do, you can also do with the values of the dictionary. The only thing is just that you know the way you assign it, the way you call it is going to be different from the way you do ordinary variable. But it behaves like variable. The calling behaves like a variable. How do you call it? You put the name of the dictionary, you open a square bracket, and you put the key there inside the square bracket. Once you put the key, then Python knows that you are trying to call that value. Okay, so it means that you are trying to indicate Yaris. So let's just experiment to see if we can possibly use it like this, like the same way we could have used a variable with an F string. So let's run it, and then bingo, we got it right. So the same way you could have used a variable with an F string is the same way you could also use a dictionary content that is called. Do you understand? So it says my name is Emmanuel, my car brand is Yaris. Or you can put it like this. Let me just remove this Emmanuel. Let me say my car name. My car name is, you open this, then put a dictionary name, then followed by a square bracket, and then you put the key there. So since I am trying to use name, so name is the key, like the name of the car, which is Toyota. Then you put it inside, and you close it back. It's not displaying properly here. All right, let's just check it out. Run. Okay, it worked. I expect this color to be not to be like this, the exact way this one is. That's what I expected of it, but it's fine. My car name is Toyota, my car brand is Yaris. You can as well put a comma here, and it will still come out that same way. So let's say it says my car name is Toyota, then my car brand is Yaris. Okay, and then you can just use the content of a Python dictionary to do different things. It just depends on whatever is it that comes your way that you want to use it for. So, but the point just lies on the fact that you must just understand how to declare, how to call that value. So to call any Python value, you put the name of to call any Python dictionary, that is the value of any Python dictionary. What you do is to call the name of the dictionary, followed by a square bracket, and then followed by the key. And then the moment you do that, Python will just go straight to the value that is appended to that key and that is what it will use for whatever it is that you want to use it for. Okay, so that is how it goes. Now, well, you can as well add more content to an existing Python dictionary. Okay, let's see, to add more elements to the dictionary, you use something like you do the normal calling. You say my car, okay, then you open the square brackets, then the key that you want to use, the key of the new stuff that you want to add. Let's say probably you want to add the year of the car. You put it as a key. Okay, let me just do this. So we have let's say my car. Okay, then you open it. Oh, sorry, you put this, and then you put the stuff inside. Okay, let's say the car is I want to talk about a new key called what did I mention just now? The year of the car. All right, the new key, which is the year of the car, and then you put equal to whatever value that you want to put there. Let's say the year of the car is 1993. All right, so by so doing, you have been able to create a new element in Python. So you just to do that, put the name of the dictionary followed by a square bracket, and you insert the key that you want to use, and then you equate it to the value that you want the key to bear. So for us to be sure that this year and 1993 has entered, we can decide to print my car again. So let's decide to print let's print my car again. You run it. In running it, you will see that we now have okay, see what we had before. We had name as Toyota, brand as Yaris, color as white, but now we have name as Toyota, brand as Yaris, color as white, year as 1993. You understand? So that is how it goes. For those who are just joining us, you understand that this 1993 year is just an ordinary number. So because it is a number, because it's an integer, we don't need to put a quote around it. So we only put a quote around it when we are referring to a string. A string in terms of either a word or a group of words, or or characters and all that. Because I knew that it is, Python, yeah, Python runs from up to down, and then from left to right when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, if we have items arranged like this, because ideally you could also, if it arranged like this, it will run from left to right, and if it is arranged under like this, you can do like this. It is very much allowed. Okay, you can do like this, and like this, and like this, and then like this. Okay, it is very much allowed. You can arrange them like this, and it will still run very fine.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So another question from
Sorry, my car, that's camel casing, right?
what? Yes, that's camel casing. It's camel casing.
Please remind me where we need to use that again. If you are trying to join two names together or what? You said something about camel casing.
Yeah, camel casing is used when you want to create a variable that contains more than one word.
Okay.
So which means if I want to create a variable like my car, instead of saying my car like this, you know that variables are not allowed to have space. You are going to confuse Python if you are putting space in between your variable. you will confuse Python. And if you say my car, you can confuse your own self. It's looking like me, it's looking like me car or something. So, but just to bring clarity to your own self, you can do like this and put capital letter to just show that okay, fine, it's my car. This is camel casing.
Okay.
I can say my car is good, no problem. Camel casing involves you using it will start the first word will start with a small letter, but every other word in it we start with capital letter. So, but as far as Python is
Sorry.
concerned, everything here is just one thing. It is you that knows that you combine four things.
Okay.
So, and if you don't want to use camel casing, you can use underscore. All of them small letter.
That's good.
Yes, my car is all of them small letter is good. And you put equal to whatever you want to do. You understand? It is allowed.
Okay. Lastly, line 12. The F string stands for float, right?
The F string stands for what?
Float.
No, no, no,
Okay. So what does the
no.
F stand
The F stands for the fact that we are putting F there. It is a
for?
Python
The F stands
formula.
for.
It is a Python. It's a special stuff in Python when you are using the print statements. Okay, please just take
Oh,
note of the. I taught you in strings formatting one. Haven't you gone through that topic? String formatting one.
okay.
Maybe you missed the class.
We did F string. No, we did F string. We did F string, and we did D percentage D, something like that.
Exactly. We did the percentage method, we did the dot format method, and we did the F string method. So this is the F string now.
Okay. Okay.
So F string involve you
Okay.
just writing letter F. It involves you writing letter F. Then immediately after the letter F with no space, you put a quote. You open a quote. And then when you put the quote, you now put everything you want to do inside the quote. Like this is the open quote and this is the close one.
Okay.
So every other thing will be in between the open and close quotes. Okay.
Okay.
Then every time you have a variable, every time you want to refer to a variable, you put the variable inside braces and put the variable name inside. You put the
Okay.
variable inside, but in this case now, we are slotting in the dictionary as a variable. The dictionary value, you
Okay.
understand it now here. And how to call the dictionary value is that you will put the name of the dictionary, you open a square bracket, you put the key of that value that you need, and then Python will just go and fetch the value that is assigned to this key and put it inside. For instance, it was Toyota that was assigned to the key called name. So what Python just does is that it goes straight and then fetch that value called Toyota and use it to replace all of this nonsense that we have here.
Okay.
Then here, my car is also the dictionary name. You open a square bracket, you put the key there, the key of the value you want to use. So which is brand, which means I want to indicate the brand and the brand is Yaris. So Python just goes there and then Python just goes to the dictionary called my car and then locates the key called brand and fetch the value that is there and which is Yaris. And so it fetches the value and puts it there, which is Yaris like this. So the first one here is the one that worked that produced this Toyota. The second one here is the one that produced this Yaris. And the other words are just the other words that are there. And everything is fine.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm sure that Remy Genius should be getting it gradually now, right? Remy Genius, hope you are getting it gradually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't worry. By the time you watch the previous video and then you watch this one, it will make better sense to you. So Everything is just a process, but if you are looking at it from distance, you think it is one big thing. There is nothing big there. You just need someone to explain to you what is happening, and you will the whole nonsense becomes sense. It begin to make sense to you. So, all right, I am gonna take off this one. Okay. Yeah. Undo. Excuse me. Um, just put it here like you can arrange the dictionary elements in a tabular form and it works fine. So, okay, that's that as per that. Now, what if there is a particular value in the dictionary that I don't want? If I just want to drop, I want to remove an item, or I want to remove an element from the dictionary. I've told you how to add an item. Okay, so what if I want to remove an item from the dictionary? Um, all you just need to do, okay, I'm going to teach you two methods to do that. Okay, there is one method called pop, P-O-P. You can use the pop command to remove it. All right, you can just use pop command, that P-O-P, to remove it. Let's see how it goes. In that pop command, what you do is that, let me say I want to remove these. Okay, let me add something and remove it back. All right, let me add something and remove it back. So to add, I think I've done that before. To add a new element, okay, to add a new element to the dictionary. So we are going to do, I've told you how to do that. Let's say just say my car, that's dictionary name. Open this one, and then you put the stuff inside. Okay, earlier I said year, right? So you write year, and then you put equal to 1993. Okay, let me do my car too. So let me add it to my car too. Then my car too. So by the time you run it, let's say print my car too. Let's see what we have. By the time you run the program, you have name as Toyota, brand as Yaris. This one is the first one that we did. Okay, this is the second one now using my car too. It is my car too that produces this one, but it is ordinary my car that produces this one. That is this one here. Okay, I said to add. Okay, I've even done that. I've given you the notes before. To add more elements to the dictionary, you do this. Okay, now to remove that element, for instance, I want to remove it from my car too. To remove an element, okay, you refer to the key. You refer to the key, not the value. Okay, so let's use this del first. We have del my car 2. Okay, and then you specify the key of that stuff that you want to remove, which is year. Okay, and then after that you try to run it. Let's display my car 2. All right, I have told Python that it should delete, it should go to the it should go to the Python dictionary called my car 2. Okay, and locate the key called here, and please help me to delete the value. Okay, or delete the key and the value. Okay, just told my car 2 to do that. You know, we did this one in the list. When we are doing the list, we used the del function to remove values from the list. Okay, so now we want to see if that del function can still be used to remove value from the dictionary. And so in order to achieve that, we have used the del, we indicated the key. Only the key is enough. Dictionary will remove both the key and the value. It's just like if I want to clear everything in an apartment, I just need to throw bomb to the house, and both the moment the bomb hits the house, both the house and the thing that is inside, they are gone. So you understand it now. So if you run this, let's say you run this. Okay, now what you did is that, remember that we added this year 93, and that is the reason why we add this one. Now I said delete my car 2 year, which means I am trying to tell him that that's one, both the key and the value. Okay, please take it off. You don't need to indicate the value, only indicating the key is enough. Once you indicate the key and you use the del command, it will delete both the key and the value. You understand it now? So you say this one deletes both the key and value. All right, that's what it does, and then it is gone. By the time you print it, it has left. Now another method to achieve this is that you will call the dictionary name my car, then you now write dots. So by the time you write my car, okay, you write dots, then you now use pop. You use pop and indicate the guy you want to take off, like the key of the stop that you want to take off. Okay, you say my car dots. So let me write it. You say my car dots, then you put pop, open the brackets, then put the key that you want to take off. Let me say the next one I want to take off is color. Since I'm trying to use my car 2 to do all those runs. Okay, so let's see. By the time we now print my car 2, let's see what happens. By the time you print my car 2, just trying to check if everything is fine. Okay. All right, let's run it. You see that the same, it works for it serves the same purpose. The first time we did it, it took this one off. The second one we did took this one off. All right, so now we are having Toyota, name as Toyota, brand as Yaris. Okay, so which means that we can use the dot pop method. Okay, the dot pop method to take off any value from to take off a specific value and a specific element from the dictionary. Well, you can also another thing again you can do. You can use the pop item to remove the last value, the last item on the dictionary. Okay, let's say to remove the last item on the dictionary, use pop item. Use pop item. All right, so let's see how that goes. I want to take off the last item in the dictionary, only the last one. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just do the same thing, my car too dot, then this one will become pop item, and then because this one is specific in value, you understand, you don't need to put anything inside the um inside the brackets. You don't need it. Do you understand it now? So because the function of this one is specific, we all know that it is only the last one it will take off. Assuming you are trying to specify taking off a particular item, that is when you put the key of that item in the bracket. But this pop item, is a specific function method. Its own function is to take off the last elements in the dictionary, so it doesn't require any arguments. Arguments are the things you put inside the brackets. Remember, I told you some classes ago. So, but this one does not require arguments, so which means you don't need to put anything in the bracket. Python already knows the work it does, and it will do the work straight up. So let us print it now. By the time you print it, it prints my car 2. Let's see what happens. You see that it has taken away the last part. That is the work of pop item. It takes away only the last element of a dictionary, and then you are good to go. So what have you learned about dictionaries so far? You are still going to learn more anyway. You have learned how to add more items to the dictionary. You have also...
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mary. I'm with
The
you.
last item, is it not yeah? How come it took both the key and the value?
It always takes the
All
key
right,
and
I get
value. Always takes the key and value.
Then you said Dell also delete both key and value. I think
Yes,
does pop too does the same thing too, right?
exactly.
All right.
So if you don't want to use del, you use .pop to achieve the same thing. It's just that the configuration is different, like the way you write it is different, but they do the same function. So you have del mycar2 open bracket, but this one you have mycar2.pop, and then you open the this one now is the curved bracket instead of the square bracket and all that. So the way you just do it is what is different, but they give you the same results. All right, so we have learned how to add item to a dictionary. We have also learned how to remove item from dictionary, and then also we have learned how to, then in the process of learning how to remove items, we learn 2 types of it. Okay, so now another thing again we need to learn about dictionary is how to change dictionary items, like how to just change the item. For instance, if I made a mistake, Mary, you have a question?
And not really a question. Please, can you kindly do the class work correction for us before you go further?
Okay, but I want to
Thank you, sir.
kindly go further before I do the correction. So the correction will be
Okay, sir.
the last thing that I'm going to do for the day,
All right, no problem.
or for the topic, if not for the day. Mhm. Okay. All right. So I want to see how I can change items. Like if I don't want, for instance, now assuming I made a mistake with that year 2003 that I said, and I want to change it to something new. You understand? So there are 2 methods also. 2 methods can be applied to achieve that too. We have the number one called the update method, and then we also have the other long chain method. So let's let's do the long chain method first, and then we do the update method after. So to do that, let me say, okay, to edit a value in the dictionary, to edit a value or to change a value, so what you do is that, let me say I want to change e.g. to change what is remaining in that one sef, Toyota. Okay, to change Toyota, to BMW, to change Toyota to BMW, for instance, all you just need to do is the first method, method one. Method one says that you will call the dictionary. Let's say my car, all right, my car 2, since we have been working on that one, and then you open a square bracket, you indicate the key. So when you indicate the key, you now give it a new one, which is BMW. Remember that initially it was Toyota, but now we call that same key, the same key called name, but we are now assigning a new value BMW to it. So what Python does is to just go there, okay, and replace the initial one with this new update. So by the time you print it now, let's see what happens. So we are printing my car 2, and we run the program. You see that it has changed from name Toyota to name BMW. All right, so that is just what happened. Okay, this is method 1. Method 2. All right, method 2 involves you say my car 2 dot update, my car 2 dot update update. All right, and then when you say my car 2 dot update, you are going to open the brackets to fill in the argument. So you need to tell Python what to update. So just as similarly to the way you did it earlier, you are going to indicate both the value and both the key and the value this time around. Okay, but you put them in braces. So you put the key called name, all right, and then you put the value called BMW, all right, and so by so doing, Python will just locate the key that was there before called name and change the initial value to the new value you set. But remember that it is BMW you use. So let's say you know that the Python has been updated to BMW now. The value has been updated to the BMW from the previous run. So let us change it to something like Volvo, all right, so that we can be sure that something actually changed. Then you print, okay, and then you put it there. My car 2. Okay, so let's run it. You see, it has changed to Volvo. So that's how it goes. Any question so far? Any question? Is there anything that is not yet clear so far? Okay, so I can move on, right? I need a response. Can I move on? Can I move on? Okay, all right then. So, we've done different things. We've tried to use the values inside a Python dictionary to do something. Okay, all right. So now, for you to understand the assignments, I'm going to do something. Let me create another dictionary called. Let me create another dictionary called ages. Ages. Okay. So if I say ages, dictionary ages is equal to, I open this and I put Ima column 98 and then comma Mary column 40. Mary like, no, it's not my own Mary yet. Oh. All right, and then I put something like who else is in class? Who else in class? Remigious. Remi, and I put column. Yeah, Remi's heart is pumping now. Like this man should not just turn me to grandpa. Remi 56. You understand? And then who else in class again? Who else is in class? Buzuzu. Okay, good. And I put Buzuzu, and I say Buzuzu is going to vex now. Like seriously, 15 years old. Okay, and then
I too love it.
you love it. Okay, that's good. All right, so now we have all of this. So let's say we just have this alone, and we want to we want to pull some stunts. We want to do some kind of stunt like, okay, me, I sabi Python. Like, okay, man, I sabi dictionary very well. I can use it for many things. No wahala. All right, so I want to use stops from this first one and this second one. I want to use it. Okay. Let me kind of put them together. Let me put them together. Okay. So we want to pull some stones here. Good. So I'm putting these two together now. I have two dictionaries here and I want to play around them. Okay, I want to play around these two dictionaries. And then what can I do? Let me say print, you open a bracket. I want to use F string. Okay, F string involves using quotes, and then you put whatever you want to put inside the middle of the inside the quote. All right. What if I say a because I want to use this value called 98. I want to use this value called 98. So what I will do is that I will say I will now call it ages, okay? Because I need that value. I will say ages, open this one, and then put Ima there. That is, I'm going to put the key there, all right? So by saying by saying ages, square brackets, IMA, I am actually trying to tell Python to locate 98. What I just finished telling Python is that please go to the dictionary that is called ages. When you get there, help me to look for the key called IMA. When you now get there, fetch the value that is in front of it and slot it inside this place. That is what you just told Python to do. Locate the dictionary called ages, find the key called, don't worry, I've not completed it, Augustina. Locate the dictionary called ages, find the key called IMA, whatever value that is assigned to that key, please put it there for me. Okay, so that's what you have just told Python. And then this one, year-old man owns a, now I want to use owns, I want to use 40. I want to use 40. Okay, let me use 40. And then mind you, you can, it is not only one kind of value you can have. In a dictionary you can have strings, and you can also have this thing at the same time. It doesn't matter. All right, you can have strings here and have for instance, I can create another thing here and say comma, and I put name, okay, and name is IMA. No problem, it will work. Okay, remember that the IMA here is functioning as a key, but the IMA here is functioning as a value, so there is no problem. It is only two keys. It's only a key that you cannot repeat. You can repeat values very well. You understand? So now I can say don't worry, you will see what I'm trying to do. I want to say a 98. All of this nonsense that I put here is just for 98 alone. It's just to give me 98 alone as a value. That is the whole of that nonsense put together is just to create this 98 alone. Okay, which means I'm telling Python to go to the dictionary called ages and then locate the key called IMA and then fetch the value that is there and present it here. That is just what you are trying to tell Python. So I want to say something like a 98-year-old man, but instead of using man, I want to put another thing there again. So I want to put another variable there. So the variable I'm going to put now is, I want to use IMA. Okay, I will now put, instead of putting IMA, I will say ages. Okay, I will say ages, open a square bracket and put the key there, which is name, and put the key there. So when I put the key there, it is definitely going to fetch IMA out for me. All right, so which means a so years old IMA owns a Toyota Yaris. So I want to do Toyota Yaris. So you open this one, okay, and then instead of writing Toyota, what you put is my car. What you put is my car, and you open the brace and open the square bracket and put in the key of that Toyota there, which is, the key is name, right? So you put name. Okay, then you cover the brace. That stands for Toyota. And then the next one now is Yaris. So we also open another brace. You put my car. All right, you open the square brackets and then put, since Yaris is brand, you put what? Brand there. And then close the square bracket and close the brace. Okay, so we are done. Let's run it. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see whether we are Olodo or whether we are Ifiwe. All right, let's see whether we are Olodo. Olodo, Olodo, yeah, Olodo. Okay, I put ages. Sorry. Name age is not defined. Okay, after all, we are not Olodo. I'm supposed to write ages. I'm supposed to write ages. So let's run it. Olodo, Olodo. Hey, a few way. All right. So which means we Sabi book now, right? Good. We are guru. So a 98-year-old Ima owns a Toyota Yaris. All right. So so this whole thing here produces 98. Then this dash and the year is what appeared here, like this. And then old appeared as old, and then all this nonsense that is here makes sense as Ima. And then you have owns a, and which is the owns a here. And then another nonsense again from here to here made sense as Toyota. Why another nonsense again here after you put a space made sense as Yaris. So that is how it goes. I am still not going to do that assignment I gave, the classwork I gave you. So I'm going to make it an assignment. With these terms I put for you now, at least you should be able to have enough idea to do that classwork, which is even simpler than what I've just done here. Better, good. So, in that case, let me just, I'm going to copy and paste it. Okay. All right, so let me just put it inside our Python code here. Because I want to use a multi-line comment. Let me just put it this way. So we have an assignment, and then there we go.
Try to.
Yeah, I think we should call it a day. Let me just release you guys. You can exit the group now. By God's grace, we'll meet again tomorrow to treat another topic called sets.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Try to go through that.
All right, no problem. I will send the link. I will send the link to the group. The link to this code, I will send it to the group, and I will also send the assignments too. So let's just call it a day. All right, Augustina, you're welcome. All right.